What's up YouTube? Welcome to Extraordinarily Average. In my last video I talked about how I quit my job and I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do. In today's video I'm going to go over, I bought a storage unit. Now just to be 100% clear, this is not my first one. I used to do this for a living about 10-15 years ago. Me and my dad used to do this together. But since I left my job, now I'm going to try to get back into it. At least support myself while I'm trying to figure things out. And yeah, let's get into it. Since I quit doing this, things have changed from coming to in-person auctions to most of them being online right now, which I'm not a big fan of because I like to actually you can get a better look when you're actually in person. You can see if there's any smells, anything like that. But it's just the way it is now, so that's what I got to roll with. This unit didn't look great from the pictures, but it was relatively cheap and I saw a few things in there I could sell. So I'm about to open it up and we'll see what we got. I may not go over each item individually right now. What I'm going to do is just load it up, get it out of here. We got a storm coming today, so I want to get this done as quickly as possible. It's really hot today here too, so I'm going to try to get this done before noon, and then when I'm at home going through the things, I'll film anything good that I find, and then I'll also show you the pile that it's just garbage that I'm going to get rid of. So if that sounds good, stick around. All right, here we go. About to open the door and see what we got. Alright, again, a lot of it looks pretty trashy, but there's a jersey right there. If that's clean, that's going to be a good sale. There's some old jeans, hopefully some of them are Levi's. We got some Nikes up there, hopefully there's some more Nikes in the back, and then we got some boxes in the back. And that case right there looks pretty interesting. So, let me get this started loading, and then we'll go back into what did we find. Alright guys, I'm back at the unit that I paid $140 for, and altogether I have about $160, and with gas maybe $180 into this unit. I had some family stuff come up yesterday, so I wasn't able to finish unloading it. So I took one load and did what I had to do. Some of it's still in the truck. So today I'm gonna get, hopefully I'll get all of it, but I'm gonna at least get what I can out of it. The manager said I could have an extra day, so if I want to get it done by tomorrow, he's not going to really give me a hard time about it. But I'm going to get everything I can today. So once again, I'm not going to go over everything right here. I'm making a mistake, which is something you should not do if you're going to do something like this, is don't take the things home. Everything in here was relatively clean, so I didn't see any evidence of food being left in here, so I'm hoping there's no bugs in here. I did get some spiders in the house from the load I took last night, but I can live with spiders. I know I mentioned earlier that my dad and I used to do this for a living back about 10 to 15 years ago. What I didn't mention was one of our biggest hang-ups, and I know it's going to be my hang-up again, because I like to keep anything that I find that's cool. My dad was kind of a hoarder. He liked to keep almost everything. My mom is kind of a hoarder. She liked to keep almost anything we came across. So I'm gonna have to fight that urge to keep things and just let all of this stuff go. So without further ado, let's get into unloading. Alright guys, unit's all cleaned out. Looks pretty good if I do say so myself. It did take a lot longer than I planned on it, but like I said, I had a family thing yesterday, and then they had so many loose clothes that it was just a really difficult one to load. I should get my money back. I saw a few things. We'll get home, get it unloaded, and I'll go through everything that we found. Stick around. Alright, so we got everything loaded and back to the house, and I'm gonna try to get it set up in here so that I can process everything. I've got a pile of black bags, like duffel bags and backpacks, all kinds of stuff. I even saw a couple camera bags in there, so I'm really excited about this pile right here. What I'm going to do is grab the stuff that looks just like it's going to be pretty average, and I'll do like a couple bags of those. I'll show you the bags, and then if there's anything good inside, I'll show you what was inside that bag. And then every couple of the average looking bags, I'm going to go to one of these black bags. Now, you never can tell. Some of the average bags might be great, some of the black bags might be garbage. But this is what looked like it had potential to me, so let's get started. Alright, before we really get started, these are a couple things that are only going to be interesting to me, but the person who owned the unit went to the same high school as me, and they got their letter, which I never got, so now I have one. And then the other one is the business card. I don't know if you can see that. Let me try to focus it in. That's the business card of my elementary school principal, who was one of my favorite people when I was a kid. So just an awesome person. She ended up being the mayor of our city. So there we go. A couple things that are only interesting to me. Alright, so here we have average bag number 1. Let's see how it turns out. Like I said, I'm going to go through it, and if there's anything good in there, I'll show you at the end. And if it's not, it's just going to be a bag of garbage, and I'll let you know that also. Alright guys, so out of the first bag, what I came up with is some nail clippers, a little roadside emergency kit from State Farm with a flashlight and a tire gauge, so I'll keep that. An old calculator, probably won't bring any money, but I'll keep it anyway. An old cell phone, which I think these can bring some money, maybe $5–10 bucks. A never opened bottle of cologne that I'll have to check out and see if that's worth anything. 3 pairs of reading glasses that I could probably get $1 for at the flea market. 3 golf balls that I will lose on the next time I go golfing. A utility knife. And 3 pairs of jeans. They look to be about 10 years old just based on the style. But if I can, they have a little bit of a basement smell to them, and if I can get that smell out, I should be able to get like 20 bucks a piece for them on eBay. And the rest was all garbage, or it was clothes that I'm going to donate, because there were some decent clothes in there, but they just didn't look sellable, at least on eBay. So I think a thrift shop could probably sell them, so I'll probably donate them to Goodwill or Salvation Army, somebody like that. And I'll do that today. Alright, so let's get to the next bag. Alright, here's bag number 2. It looks like just an average trash bag, but it's pretty darn heavy. So I'm hoping that there's something cool in there. Let's open it and find out. It feels like some magazines though now that I'm grabbing down here. Maybe there's some cool vintage magazines. Alright, so it wasn't exactly what I expected. It was all religious material in this second bag. I believe they were Jehovah's Witnesses. This whole stack is the Watchtowers. They go from 2006 to 2010. I don't know if they hold any value, but I'm sure someone will think they're cool. There's a bunch of different versions of the Bible, insight on the scriptures. There's a couple copies of this. Some of these books might have some value, and if not, maybe I can just I'll mark them for free and set them out at the flea market, see if anybody's interested. So, with that being said, we'll move on to one of the black bags over here that I think might turn out to be something, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're going to start with this backpack. I'll go through it. It has some weight to it. Has something a little hard at the bottom. We'll see what we got. Okay, this bag was a bust. It was nothing but old bills. It was nothing but old bills and personal papers, things like that. So this is garbage. There are a lot of random electronics also. that were just out in the open that I know what they are already, but I'm just going to show them as we go along. I'll start with the Sony VCR. I doubt that it has any real value, maybe 10 bucks, maybe 5 bucks, something like that. But I might end up keeping it because I have some old VHS tapes that that you can't find on DVD, so I might just end up keeping this for myself. And I have a bag of remotes that is in the car, so hopefully I can find the remote to it. Alright, next on the average bag list. They're small, so we're going to do 3 of them. So they just came in little shopping bags. So I'll go through these real quick, see what we come up with. Alright, so what we did come up with was a few pair of safety glasses. Always come in handy. A bunch of them unopened work gloves, which that I'm going to keep for doing stuff like this, because you need some work gloves. The ones I've been using are a little too thick and like a little cumbersome, but these would be great. Change rolls, which I'm going to hang on to those because I haven't found any change in this unit, but almost every unit I ever bought has change in it. 2 denim aprons, which I'm going to wash these up and probably see if they hold any value, and if not, I'll donate them. And a new Taco Bell uniform, which it looks like it's a retro old Taco Bell uniform, but I don't know if that carries any value. Probably not, but I'll look it up and see. Alright, so I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to jump into the black bags that I think are interesting. I'll do all of those and then I'll show you what I come up with. Like I said, I know there's a couple camera bags in there, so hopefully the cameras are in there. Then I'll show you the electronics. The room definitely paid for itself. I probably tripled my money just off the stuff that I know I have already. And like I said, hopefully if the cameras and stuff are there, then, you know, maybe quadruple. Or I like cameras, so I might end up hanging on to it. Like I said before, hanging on to stuff is a problem for me. I like to keep things. But I do need to make some money right now because I'm not working, as I said in the last video. So we'll see what I decide. And then after I get done with this, with the pile that I think is interesting, I will just process all the rest of it and get out what I think is cool, and then I'll show you some of those things. If I find anything exceptionally cool, I'll definitely show them, but if not, I know there's a lot more clothes. They had so many loose clothes in the unit that my truck is still full of clothing. There was a Calvin Johnson jersey in there, and Calvin Johnson is one of my all-time favorite players. He's the best line receiver ever. Herman Moore is a close second, but I may not show all of that stuff. Maybe I'll just talk about exactly what I found. And alright, so we're about halfway through with these black bags, and so far the cool stuff I came across is some 80s and 90s hip-hop cassettes. There's three cases of these. Some of it's old R&B, but it's all old school stuff. Pretty cool. I don't know if there's a market for cassettes, but I'll look into it and find out. I found a hat like the ones I like to wear. Looks like a decent brand. It's a really nice hat. There were some hip-hop CDs. Most of them are burnt. So I'm probably just going to throw these away. Some cords, which I always keep cords. Some, what's it called? Ringmaster rubbing oil, which is something that you rub on when your muscles are sore, you got some back pain or arthritis problems. I think this stuff is pretty expensive. So this is going to go in the pile. I'm probably going to eBay this. The box is a little damaged, but I mean, as long as it's full, then it works. You know, if it's unopened, I'll sell it. I found mini DVCs, which is digital video cassettes that you record video cassettes. I found the converter thing to play it in the VCR. I think there is a pretty good market for these still, and I'm sure if these are selling, this will probably sell also. And I did go through the camera bags. There were cameras in them. I have a Sony CD Mavica. It looks like it's pretty old. It's only 3.3 megapixels. Not sure if it has any value, but I'm sure, you know, maybe 10 bucks, 5 bucks, something like that. I also found a Canon PowerShot A590, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm gonna check all these out and make sure they work and stuff like that, and research the value. I think these still sell pretty good. And I found a Canon digital recorder, 400 times digital zoom. Is a Canon NTSC ZR65 digital video camcorder. The thing pops out. I don't know how to make it pop out, but it does. So again, these are pretty cool things. Like, you know, and I already know I doubled my money, so like I might decide to keep this one. But we'll see. You know, I don't know how great this is. We'll see what it is, and if I'm gonna keep it. So that's about at the halfway point of these black bags. A couple of the bags were cool also. Like, so there was a really nice duffel bag that I could probably get 10 bucks for at the flea market. And a couple of the bags were cool, so I don't know, maybe 3-4 bucks at the flea market. Alright, so I just finished with the with all of the black bags. And in one of the duffel bags there was a stack of DVDs, some pretty decent titles. There's a Scarface that is anniversary edition, still sealed. I'm sure that it's worth a couple bucks. And all the rest of them, if I don't have them, I'll keep them. But if I do have them, I will sell them at the flea market. And some of them I'm just not going to be interested in, so I'll sell them at the flea market. A couple bucks each. There is a Star Wars VHS and a Jackie Chan movie called Gorgeous VHS, which I love kung fu movies. I don't know if I've ever seen Gorgeous, but I'll check it out and see. And then there was a stack of CDs also. I think I have most of them, and a lot of them I'm just not interested in. So the ones that I did see that I was interested in, anyway, I'll probably sell them for about 50 cents a piece at the flea market. And then there was some bootleg stuff. There was probably twice as many DVD movies bootleg, but I'm just going to throw those out because, you know, it's illegal to sell bootlegs. So let's see what else I got. So there was another bottle of the Ringmaster rubbing oil, which is still sealed. It's an 8-ounce bottle, so this might be pretty good. I don't know. 2 more pairs of Sean John jeans. Well, actually 1 pair of shorts. And 1 pair of jeans that look like they're pretty decent. Nope, it's also another pair of shorts. So 2 pairs of shorts. I'd probably get 10 bucks a piece for them. There were 2 blackberries in there, which I haven't seen a blackberry in a while. So we'll see. I don't know if these have any value, but I think people take the metal out of them. There's gold and copper and stuff in there that I think people take apart. So maybe as I find a bunch more cell phones, I'll just lot them up. There was a cell phone in the box still, a ZTE Z Max Pro. So again, I don't know the value of this. If anybody knows the value of any of these things, or if I'm valuing things wrong, let me know in the comments. Let me know what, if I'm making any mistakes here, what I should be doing better. There was a bag with a bunch of sunglasses and glasses with just clear lenses, but they're not prescription. And a lot of them are brand new, so I'm sure I could get some money for these at the flea market. I took one out, one of the examples here, still in the case. They're Bogner, Titan. I mean, they need to be cleaned up a little bit, but you know, a few dollars here and there, all this stuff adds up. And finally, like I said, the bags didn't turn out as exciting as I hoped they would be, but this is pretty decent. There was a Dell laptop. It's in like a briefcase type carrier. It's a little older, and it's missing the F7 key. But if it works, it's a Dell Studio. The model number is 1537. So I had to look that up, like I said, see what it's worth. If anybody knows, let me know. But that's pretty much it for the stuff that I was excited to look through. Except for, like I said, I still got some more of the electronics that were out in the open. I don't know if I'll show them, but there was a 42-inch TV. I think it was a Toshiba. There's a DVD VCR combo, which I think I have the remote for. and I think I can get like $100 on eBay because I know those go pretty good, especially if it records on from VCR to DVD. I know people love those. So I'm gonna go through all of the rest of the average stuff. It's a lot of clothes, so I probably won't show like if I have any more decent clothes that I'm gonna keep. But if I find anything that's extra interesting, I'll get back on, show you what I got, and if not, I'll just do the outro, and that'll be the end of this video. Alright guys, I'm absolutely wiped out, so this is going to be the last thing I show out of this unit. It is a Samsung SCX4623FW printer. It's an all-in-one printer, copier, the whole nine. I think it might even be a fax machine. Yes, it is a fax machine also. I looked up some comps on this. This is going to be more than double my money on the resale market if it works. So I got to get it tested. I have to find the cord. There were a bunch of cords and stuff that I found, so hopefully I have the cord for this. If not, I'll pick one up and test it out. And again, I may end up keeping it because I need a printer, and I like to keep some cool things. But if I do sell it, this will be more than my money back. Over half of the stuff I processed was garbage, which is often the case when you do this kind of thing. So I'm going to wrap this up for today. I'm going to get in front of the green screen and do a little wrap up on this, and that'll be it. I still actually have all of the clothing to go through. There were at least 500 pieces of clothing. I don't know if you saw when I was unloading, if you saw all the garment bags, but I did open a couple of those. There were some nice sweaters in the first one that I opened, and a really nice like a church type dress in the second one that I opened. So hopefully all of that will be good clothing. And if I can get the musty, mildewy smell out of all the clothing, which will be a long process. Like, I know I'm not going to sell all this stuff overnight. But like I said, if I do sell this, I can get my money back right now and then some profit also. And then I have a ton of other items to, you know, keep some money coming in. Alright, so I got everything home, unpacked, processed for the most part. Still got to go through a bunch of the clothes. And I have to say that was a ton of work. It was a lot of fun though. To me, it's like a modern day treasure hunt. Last night, I was talking to my mom and she said that I was like a modern day pirate. And I kind of get it that, you know, I don't like the safety and security of doing the same thing every day knowing that I'm going to get a paycheck. I do like the adventure of getting out in life and seeing what I can create myself, seeing what kind of, what I can come up with. Now, I don't plan on making this an auction storage unit channel. However, if you did like the content, please comment below. If you didn't like the content, let me know also, because if you do like it, I'll pepper one of these in every month or so. I'm not going all in on this yet. Like, if you go all in on it, you have to buy 2 or 3 of these a week, at least 1 a week on a bad week, because you got to have a constant money coming in, a constant profit coming in just to maintain. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go slow about it. Over the winter, I'm going to try to build up some cash to buy a van and maybe rent a little warehouse to work out of, to operate out of. But until I do that, I do have to say that it is a ton of work by yourself. In the past, I always had my dad or my nephew. Someone was always there to help me load and unload and process and get everything done. And it's so much faster with 2 people. I could imagine the guys that have been doing this a while and they have a whole crew working for them. It probably becomes easy money at that point. At this point, it's definitely not easy, but it is a lot of fun. The main purpose of this channel is still going to be self-expression, creativity, getting away from individualism, getting away from the collective mindset that not only here in the States are we dealing with, but it's a worldwide thing where the media is constantly telling you what to think, who to be, and as human beings, we just weren't meant to live that way. We weren't all meant to be the same. remember, you are created in the image of your creator, which makes you a creator. So get out there, do something creative, do something you enjoy. And my next couple videos may be still off topic a little bit. I'm going to show a couple of my hobbies. I might need to get a hold of my man Martin from the Not the Real McCoy channel and get his opinion on what would be a good starter skateboard, you know, for someone my age to learn. You know, I'm not going to be out there doing tricks or nothing, but just something to get a little exercise, get outside and have fun. I watch him do it, and he looks like he has a blast. And you know, I know he's a surfer, and so it may come a little more natural to him, but you know, either I'll have a lot of fun, or I'll break my wrist or something and learn that that wasn't for me. So if you stuck around this long, I appreciate you. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to. Comment below if you like this type of content or if you don't like it. Either way, just let me know, because I do this because I have this channel because I enjoy it, but I also want you to enjoy it. I mean, that's the main thing. If you're not going to enjoy it, then why make content no one's going to watch? So thanks for watching. Later.